the internet. It won't do too good right there, but I can still see, huh?
You got a lot of light on your face. You need a light on your face. You can see it.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
I might have to. Let me see if I can see. So it's hard. Sometimes it's hard for me to kind of gauge this thing. I made a video the other day and it looked crazy. Good morning. Good morning.
I hear a little white boy. He was looking at the thing.
Uh-huh.
The white boy play Marvin. He picked it up or something. But he played baseball too.
Uh-huh.
I said, yeah, you can have him. I said, he must be a baseball player.
Oh, was he?
I play baseball. I said, he was I said, he just had his ball just looking at it.
How old was he?
He like he was about probably 7 or 8.
Oh, really?
I sold 2 boxes of them things.
Oh, did you?
Mexican brought 8 of them.
Oh, wow. Good morning. Can you hear me? I know this microphone, sometimes I have to give you another microphone. Let me see, I know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, yeah. Good morning, Tom. How are you? Good morning. Okay, great. Awesome. Awesome. Still trying to get a better view. But I just wanted to come on here this morning real quick. I hadn't even and had a chance to get into the Bible and read this morning. But what I wanted to share with you guys this morning is how important family is, and spending time with your family. You have to take time out for that. Listen, this weekend it was my family reunion, and although it was a wonderful, wonderful weekend shared with my family and friends, we also had loss in our family. My cousin, she lost her son. She lost her son, and which is devastating. We don't ever want to lose a child, you know, and although it was a happy occasion, we all rallied around her and to help her through this trying time. And it made me realize, and I thought, because, you know, I lost my mother and my father. A lot of times, you know, when someone loses someone, everybody comes in that moment, right? Everybody comes by the house, sit, talk, whatever. But I think the real help is needed when everything is said and done, when you find yourself alone. Everybody done went their way, done fixed their plates, done fixed their plates and went on. But then there you are. I think we got it twisted. When someone dies. Although we do rally around the people that have lost someone, we can't forget to go back and check on them. We can't forget to go back and check on them a week later, a few days later, and everything is quiet. And then they're at home, you know. But my cousin this weekend, she did really good. And she said that it did her good to be around family and friends because we made her laugh and, you know, reminiscing on our childhood. Grief is something that, like I was telling her, there's no time limit on grief. There's no time limit on grief. You can hear a song, smell a fragrance, a conversation. It'll remind you of that person, of that loved one, and the tears are start to come. And I was telling her, Grieving is just another form of love. It's just another form of love. And, you know, my hearts and prayers goes out to her, and you all keep her in your prayers. You know, the funeral is tomorrow. And I'm dreading it because I know I hate to see somebody hurt. I hate to see somebody hurt. You know, it's like I can feel their pain, and I hate it, you know, but I'm going to be there for her. If you've ever lost a loved one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Life is so short. We often say that, but it really and truly is. And it's what you make of it while you're here. What are you doing? Are you walking in your purpose? Are you focusing on negative stuff? Good morning, Madeline. Time says, my big mama always say the Lord is with you when someone has passed away. Yeah, he is. He's with you. But when it happens suddenly, unexpectedly, you know, yeah, he's still with you, but that shock of it all. I prayed for her this morning, asking God to give her the strength she needs during this trying time. But you know what's crazy? My cousin, it's 2 girls and 2 boys, and each one of them have lost their firstborn son. Each one. I pray that never happens to me. I can't begin to imagine how her brothers feel. I talked to my cousin day before yesterday, and he just teared up, and I said, I know you reliving again. He said, I am, cuz I am. He said, don't nobody know. And I couldn't pretend like I knew, and I wasn't going to pretend like I knew and I understood, because I don't. I've lost a mother and a father, but I haven't lost a child. And God, please don't let me lose a child. Don't let me lose a child. Because you just never know exactly how a person feels unless you've been there and then walked in them shoes. And I pray to God, have never have to feel that. You know, she was telling me, she says, and they call me Ronnie. She says, Ronnie, I can't begin to tell you how I'm feeling. I said, you don't have to explain it. I said, but one thing I can say, cuz, is whatever you feeling, talk about it. Thank you, Time. Whatever you feel. I'm sorry. Okay. Whatever you feel, talk about it. And the days you feel like crying, cry. The days you feel like screaming, scream. Don't ever suppress it. Because our body has a way of letting out whatever is traumatic to us, as has happened to us, or whatever grief we're going through. For example, my father passed away before my mother, and she was his main caregiver, and I was the second caregiver. And when my dad died, I noticed my mom didn't shed a lot of tears. She didn't shed a lot of tears. She was just in that go mode, you know, making sure the funeral arrangements was done, making sure it was just go. And I knew, I was like, that ain't good. Like, Mama, you okay? She said, oh, I'm fine. Well, I got to make sure this is done, make sure that's done. And I'm just looking at her. Guess what happened to my mom? When everything was said and done, after we had buried my father, 2 weeks later, I was living in New York. 2 weeks later, my brother called me. He says, you need to come home. I think Mom had a stroke. And I was like, what? And he put her on the phone. And you know how a person slurs after they've had a stroke? My mother was slurring like that. I was like, oh my God, I caught the first flight out. Came back, set her up an appointment to go to the doctor. And they did all these CAT scans, all these tests on her. The doctor asked me, he says, what has happened? Good morning, she on point. Where you been, girl? He asked me, what traumatic has happened to her in her life recently? He said, because a few months ago, she was on a doctor's case. She said, I seen no signs. And I said, well, you know, we lost our dad, her husband. He says, your mother is grieving. He says, this is her body letting out her grief. He says she has not fully grieved your dad. And I said, well, I know, because I said she didn't really cry at the funeral or either after it happened. She may have shed a few tears, but that was it. He says, good morning, Isaiah. He says her body is grieving, and where she's suppressed, like, you know, they always say you gotta be strong. And okay, sweetheart, she wanted to be strong for us. So in her mind, being strong for us was not breaking down, not really letting out her emotions, always on the go. And that wasn't a good thing. And I was sharing that with my cousin, and I was telling her, I was like, you know, this happened to mom. Don't let it happen to you. You don't have to be strong for anybody. Who says you have to be strong? You don't have to be strong. Let it out. That's right. Let it out. Because one thing for certain, two for sure, your body gonna figure a way of getting all of that out. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And she said, Veronica, I never thought about that. She said, because, you know, I keep saying I need to be strong for my daughter, because she only had 2 kids. She had to be. I said, you don't have to be strong for anybody. You're human. And she said, God, you know, she said, we shouldn't question God. God knows what he's doing. I said, why? You can ask God anything you want to ask him. Don't let that fool ask him whatever you want to ask him. If you hurting and you mad, let him know how you feel. Although he know, let him know. But whatever you do, get it out, however you need to get it out. So, and let that be an advice to you guys too. No matter what you're going through, don't suppress it. Let it out. Find somebody to talk to. And oftentimes we need a counselor to talk to, because when we find ourselves talking to a friend, they're going to have their opinions. A loved one, they're going to have their opinions, and they're going to get tired of hearing it, because, man, listen, it's been 6 months, 7 months, and you still grieving, you still talking about that. I am trying to hear it. They're not trying to hear it because they're going through their own things. So I encouraged her, go to grief counseling. Go to counseling. Okay? And can I be real with y'all real quick? We as a black people, I'm just going to keep it 100, always feel like, you know, I don't need no counseling. I'm going to go to God. You can go to God for anything you want to go to, and he didn't give all of us common sense. Why do you think he put psychiatrists here? Why do you think he put counselors here? For us to use them. I had to tell my mama that. She said, I'm not going to no counseling. I ain't crazy. I said, Mama, nobody's saying you're crazy. What we're saying is you need to go to talk to somebody that's very neutral, to where you can feel safe and feel heard. Because, see, talking to us, you may hold back some things because, one, you may be embarrassed of sharing certain things about how you felt about dad to us, because that's our daddy, right? But if you go to somebody that's very neutral, a counselor, grief counselor, a psychiatrist, you can let it all out. Yes, we can talk to him, but he got counselors here for us to talk to too. You know what I mean? See, sometimes, like I said, black people don't feel like they need counseling. Sometimes we all need to be sitting on somebody's couch letting it all out. God put everybody here for a reason. He put doctors here for a reason. I believe God is a healer. But let something go wrong, I'm going straight to my doctor. Come on, somebody. Hello? Hello? I don't know if you agree with me or you don't. But he put everybody here for a reason. Right? And we need to use them. So, if you're just tuning in, I was sharing that this weekend was our family reunion weekend, and it was a beautiful thing to be with family and friends. And although it was a joyous occasion, it was a sad occasion because my cousin lost her son 2 days before the reunion. And her and I are the same age. I'm 55 and she's 50. Janet's 56. She's 56. And she lost her son. And we all rallied around her. And she was so grateful to be amongst family and friends. And she was just like, I was just needed to get out of the house, you know. Thank you so much, She On Point. I appreciate that. And I will definitely let her know. I will definitely let her know. So, and you know something else? You know, you can grieve not only losing a loved one, you can actually grieve going through a divorce. You can grieve losing a job. You can grieve in so many, you can lose something and grieve from that. Grieving doesn't only come from like a death. And for me, I grieved when I got a divorce. I grieved it because there was a part of me that left. Had to go sit on somebody's couch and talk about it. And won't nothing wrong with it. Hello, won't nothing wrong with it. And I do know this for me, going through my different grieving processes, I found out that working out was beneficial for me. Working out and taking time for myself, you know, and being honest with myself. That was beneficial for me. And this is for somebody that's grieving a loss of a relationship, right? You've been on a job for 20 years and they let you go. See, that was a part of you. You've been on that job that long? And what do you mean you firing me? Honey, depression can set in. No, honey, depression can set in. All of that. But in essence, what I want to convey this morning is love your loved ones. God knows, God knows, God knows. I pray that that never happens to me. Check on your family and your friends. Check on your family and your friends. And if you're the one that's grieving or going through anything, know that there are counselors out here that you can talk to. Don't ever suppress your feelings. Acknowledge them. Talk about it. Right? Because grief looks different for everybody. Everybody don't grieve the same. Some people keep working. Some people isolate themselves. I'm good for that. But remember those things. Any hurt or pain you grieve. Yes. She on point. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right with that one. You're absolutely right. So with that being said, know that I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming on. Thank you. We are 90,000 plus strong. I appreciate you guys for that. We're on our way to 100K. And I couldn't have done it without you guys watching my videos and sharing my videos. You all are wonderful. You show your girls so much love. I appreciate you. And this is, believe it or not, this is very therapeutic for me too. Very therapeutic for me to be able to come on here and talk and share my experiences with you guys and uplift you guys one way or the other. She on point said, in this life, everyone has a turning point in life and also gets a turn. And you have to be strong. Well, you know what? When you say be strong, what do you mean by that, she on point? Because I'm going to tell you what I told my brother. And I was telling my cousin too. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be strong. What are we being strong for? What are we being strong for? Because I when I'm hurting, I used to not want to acknowledge that I can't handle this. I can't, I used to be like that. But now I'm like, look, I'm not okay today, and no, I'm not being strong today. Why should I? Because I think as black women, and I don't know what your ethnicity is, but for black women, we always carry the role of being strong. I'm a strong black woman. I can handle this and I handle that. Throw things my way, I can. I can handle life. I can handle a whole lot of stuff, but there are days that I cannot. And I'm not going to pretend like I can. And it's okay. What is her name? Taraji P. Henson has said, she said, I'm so tired of being strong. I just don't want to be strong, you know? And sometimes we'll put in situations to where we have no other choice. Tom says, I'm back. To be honest, I'm being very strong for my family like my father was, but I don't put that burden onto my sons. I can describe to them and hope that I could be an example. Let me speak to that time. Even men, we hold you all to a standard of saying, like, listen, you're the strong one. You're supposed to do this. But how about there are days when you don't even feel like being strong? There are some days when you feel like, you know what? I need a mental break. But because you are looked upon as being the strong one, looked upon as being the sole provider or whatever, we don't never feel like, okay, today, you know, he ain't feeling it today or whatever. And I'm telling you too, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be strong. It's okay to acknowledge that. And we need to get out of saying, like, you know, I got to be strong for everybody. No, the heck you don't. No, the heck you don't. No, you don't. It's putting more on you. It's putting more on you. And we have to acknowledge our mental as well. See, sometimes when you're feeling like you're being so strong, then you kind of disconnect as far as communication with your loved ones or with your significant other, because your mind is so set on being strong to where eventually you just, I mean, I can't even explain it. She on point, Veronica. I thank God for the turmoil I've been through. Yes, I've been told to write books, but I can say God carried me. We all have weaknesses, but I don't be strong for everyone. We do. I agree with that. We all have weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. At one point in my life, you know, listen, I was moving and shaking because guess what? I'm not gonna show anybody that I'm hurting right now. I'm not gonna show anybody that you know, I really feel like I just need a mental break. But what I am gonna show you is that I can handle what needs to be handled. I'm being strong. Only to find out, listen, girl, you need to sit down somewhere and take a break. You need to, okay, you need to sit down and take a break and be okay with sitting down and taking a break.
I tried it one day at Grandma's and it took me forever, which was
It took my body to literally shutting all the way down for me to realize that. Let me see, Psalm 23 helps me a lot when I read the scripture. And something, when is the last time you took some time for yourself? When is the last time you just went to a hot sauna and just like, you know what, let me just, you know, disconnect from everybody. Let me just disconnect and just do something for time. Good morning, Jeffrey. Let me just do that. Cause I tell my grandkids real quick. I tell anybody, look, don't come in. Cause I have a place where I call it's like my space. It's either in my closet or in my reading room. Don't come in here. Don't say nothing to me. I don't care what you do. Don't, cause right now I just need my me time. When I come down here, this is my me time. And I don't want to be bothered by it. This is my me time. When I'm getting my nails done, when I do get them done, that's my me time. That's me decompressing. That's me not thinking about anything. That's me just doing what I want to do for me. Hello, somebody. Yes, I just told my babysitter, let's get away. Absolutely. Tom says, Miss Veronica, I love how you look in the camera with your eyes. I'm going to a place in Arizona because my uncle is there, but there's a place in Utah I heard about. Oh, really? That's good. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. You need that. You need that. I know when my mom died, my son, he was just like, Mom, you've been through so much and you've dealt with so much. For the next 2 weeks, I don't want you to think. I don't want you to do nothing. I just want you to be. Woo! I said, you just want me to be, son? He said, I just want you to be. I just want you to just don't think about nothing. Don't even think about your food. Honey, he carried me. Listen, he carried me out of the States. He carried me to Madrid. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying what he did for me when my mother passed away, because he felt like, you know, one, he didn't want to see me like fall apart. He wanted to make sure his mom was taken care of. So he carried me to Madrid. He had set it up to where all I had to do was just be. Exactly what he said. Just be. Get up, go to the sauna, go get massages, go all of that. Walk around and just don't think about nothing. And I didn't. And enjoyed every bit of it. Can y'all hear those sirens? Hold on a second. And when I tell you, that was the best time, the best moment I've ever had, just being. And I don't have to leave the States just to be. I can come down here and walk to the river and just be. I can go in my backyard and sit down and just be. Tell them kids, don't y'all come out here. Don't call Nana. Don't say nothing. Because right now, I'm just being in the moment. Hello, Tom. Sedona, Arizona. Lord Jesus, whatever's going on. I pray that they're okay. But the one in Utah, I'm going to find out that one too. Oh, okay. You know what? I've been to what was that place called? It's in the Netherlands, and they have like where you go where the volcanoes erupt. The water in the wintertime is hot, it's warm, and you do mud bathing and over there and all that stuff, honey. I'm ready to go back over there and do that. Thank you for the thumbs up. Listen, this is my time this morning. I have been on here longer than I anticipated. I have to get back and start my day. But listen, again, take time for yourself. It's okay to not be okay. White Plains. Yes, we lived in New York, White Plains. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to take time for yourself. And yeah, love on you. You got to feel, hold on. You got to fill your cup. I can't give you none of this coffee. Because guess what? Look, if I give you this, I ain't going to have nothing. But let me go fill it up and let it run over. And you get the sauce and put it underneath the bottom. You can get the overflow. I got to first fill my cup before I can fill anybody else's. Good morning, Rakia. Good morning. It's truly amazing to have a wonderful audience such as yourselves for coming on and spending time with me this morning. But again, keep my family in your prayers. The funeral is tomorrow, and I definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I don't even know what my average watch time is, but listen, you all have a great day. And again, go check out my other videos. I see that people have been watching and they're moving slow, but please go watch. And if you've already watched, go back and share them. Share my faith video series. I appreciate that, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye now. Thank you, Rakia.